New York, a city that has always held a special place in my heart. I love the pace, the energy, and the excitement. But more than anything, it's a city that I found inclusive, where people like me can be themselves. When I was growing up, I didn't really think about what had happened before I was alive to enable me to live such a free and open life. It's something that I think a lot of young people go through now. You just find yourself within a community that's really loving and accepting, and you don't think about the history behind it. So it's so nice to come to New York and see that actually, for the 50th anniversary of Stonewall, we are celebrating the past. We are looking into the people that really allowed us to be so free and open now. In the US, the 1960s was an era of activism and protests.
It was the end of the counterculture 1960s. Women were fighting for their rights. Blacks were fighting for their rights. Latinos were fighting for their rights. And we just said, what about us? Why not us? Why not me?
On June 28, 1969, the riots at the Stonewall Inn on Christopher Street would mark the birth of the modern gay rights movement.
So this is where it's at.
Yeah.
This is where it all happened.
Mark Segal was 18 at the time and had arrived in the city just a few weeks earlier.
You're seeing all the rainbow flags on it.
What was it like that night?
Just like any other normal night. We were inside, we were having a great time. I was standing in the back near the dance floor. The lights flickered on. Then they came on full force. I looked over at someone and said, what's happening? And they said, oh, very casually, it's a raid. I'd never been in a raid before, so I was a little nervous. Police barged in. I just started pushing people around. And anybody looked like they were successful, they went up to them and said, take out your wallet. And they took the money. It was, out graft right in front of everybody's face, and they didn't care, because that's the way you got to treat gay men and lesbian women in those days. You treated them like trash. So they carted me, I went out, and I stood about right over there. Out here, somewhere between 50 and 100. Police tried to disperse us. We wouldn't disperse. It was the first time that gay people said to police, no, this is our neighborhood. You're not going to tell us to get off our street. We picked up stones, we picked up cans, and threw them. And that was the first night.
The protests raged for several nights and led to the first Pride March in 1970. The Stonewall Inn has since become a historic landmark and attracts visitors from across the globe keen to learn about the struggles.
It was illegal to serve gay people alcohol, and it was awesome.
It wasn't easy. Many of us went to jail. Many of us were beat. It's been a long 50 years, but guess what? We're further along than I would have ever expected.
And at Stonewall, a chance encounter with a group of students provides an emotional reminder of just how far the movement has come.
I'm proud of what happened there. It makes me proud to see you all here today, because it says the work that we did is filtering through. I think any of us who were there that night would have never expected would have come as far as we have. I'm shocked. I never thought I'd be able to be married. I never thought I'd be able to express that publicly. Me saying that I have a husband. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Something standing out here I never thought I could do. Wow. Yeah. So, thank you guys.